this challenge, how to improve on these amazing ways to mistreat our laborers, developed over the last few years. And with the smartphone, we do exactly that. We will be able to achieve new heights in mistreating our workers. While building the smartphone, we had 4 goals in mind. Exacerbate the working conditions and decrease the wage the laborers work for. Have them extremely exposed to the dangers and toxic chemicals. Use slavery-required materials for many of the components and dramatically increase the number of suicides. One of the ways we managed to achieve all of this was by having our employees, including executives, ignorant to the problem in China. We have decided not to care about anything other than product quality and decreasing product cost. We already found 70 core violations in working conditions, including involuntary labor, underage workers, and improper disposal, and hundreds of workers injured by toxic chemical exposure. And more than half of the suppliers we checked have violated at least one code of conduct every year.
The working conditions at our manufacturing factory are just horrible. Over half of our workers extend overtime, in some cases 7 days a week, which exceeds the 60-hour limit of labor in China. During their work time, they sit on these backless chairs or crouch next to large running machineries for hours, or stand so long their legs will swell until they can't even walk. And most of them will earn $22 a day at maximum. That is $660 a month and $7,920 a year. Compare that to $48,100 in America and $8,400 in China. Our workers are paid a minimum wage for maximum agony.
They stand so long that their legs swell until they can hardly walk. According to the New York Times report, Apple conducted 229 audits last year. Although there were slight improvements in some areas, excessive work hours still continue.
Not only does our workers face extremely horrible working conditions, they're also extremely exposed to toxic chemicals and other dangers. An example is anhexane, a chemical used for the cleaning of smartphones for its fast evaporation. We have managed to injure 137 people with the use of anhexane. We have been able to achieve this because of our suppliers' disregard for the workers' health. Another danger they need to face is aluminum dust, which caused massive explosions in the factory. We have managed to kill 4 people and injure 77. One of our workers was damaged to the point where 90% of his body was seared. The cause for all this is poor ventilation in the factory and inadequate personal protective equipment.
Caused by aluminum dust last year at 2 Foxconn plants killed 4 people and injured 77. 2 years ago, 137 workers were injured after they were ordered to switch from rubbing alcohol to a toxic chemical, anhexane, to clean iPhone screens.
The degree of excruciation is seemingly unimaginable, since numbers of suicides committed are just groundbreaking. And then skip that part because I already recorded that. This tells us just how capable the smartphone actually is. Okay. In 2010 alone, we managed 15 of our employees committing suicide, adding up to a total of approximately 25 deaths, with frequent suicide threats and over 300 people attempting suicide. This tells us just how capable the smartphone actually is.
China is not the only place we have managed to mistreat workers. Every smartphone is shipped with coltan, a black ore found underground in Congo. Coltan is used for the battery in smartphones. Digging up coltan requires slave mining, and many of the slaves involve children. Soldiers are forcing children to dig up coltan, and many times they get raped or starved when not working as they're supposed to. This will certainly affect their health and even their lives. It's only obvious that they will face malnutrition and other physical wreckage.
Wewe kasterite nafanya gani? Wewe ulifanya nafanya gani? Wewe uko na miaka ngapi?
Mimi niko na miaka 16.
Na wewe uko na miaka ngapi? Sasa mnachimbaka vile. Tunapata franka.
$1 na $10 tu.
$3 na $10.
Si on s'en tient à ce que coûte un téléphone, un ordinateur par rapport à
ce que gagne quelqu'un qui produit le coltan, on va se rendre compte qu'il y a un très très grand écart. Ils crèvent nus. D'abord, ils ne sont pas protégés. Ils utilisent des torches simples pour qu'on achète au marché ici, des trucs de piles. Hein. Ils ne sont pas protégés, les mains sont nues et ils utilisent des birins avec des marteaux. Et il y a des éboulements. Il y en a qui meurent là-dedans. Il y a aussi la respiration. Il n'y a pas d'air dedans. Alors, ce sont des conditions inimaginables.
What do you think about all this?
Wow, I never knew so many people were mistreated to create my smartphone.
How should you solve this problem?
Well, it is uncertain all smartphones are made this way. Consumers need to contact the manufacturer or others with relations and ask if their products are made without the use of slavery and underpaid workers. If not so, I would not buy it. If so, I wouldn't buy it.